Hey everybody, I'm Mr.G. I think we're live, I'm not 100%. Hey Nessa. Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing pretty good. Oh, I need to change the description there. Hold on. Give me just a sec. Okay, so now there's a link in the description. I apologize. Hey Super Roofer, hey Mrs. J, hey Nessa. Big Block hopefully shows up today. Lita, happy birthday if you're here today, Lita.
Lita, hi Mr.G, thank you for that language.
Great timing. Thank you, Lita. I hope everybody is doing nice and dandy today on this Wednesday. On this Wednesday afternoon.
Hi, Nessa.
Everybody, get out your gang bandanas. Now, everybody, get on your masks. Make sure you're masked up. Make sure you have your learning caps on. And I'm going to take a quick roll. So, Mr. Richter, I don't know if you're new to the class, but I'll go ahead and add you to the class roll. Sean Richter. Okay. All right, Nessa. Oh, let me get another pen. If you guys could just say here or present, appreciate it. And this isn't for my benefit, this is for you guys' benefit. So. All right, Nessa is here. Big Block. Big Block? Big Block, no Big Block today. Okay, Mr. Richter, it's the second time I've had to, if you could refrain from smart comments until we're done with roll here. I don't want roll to take 20 minutes like it did last class, okay? Okay, so no Big Block. Mrs. J, did I hear Mrs. J walk in earlier?
I'm going to sister home in a minute.
Mrs. J, are you here?
Happy birthday, Lisa. Party in place, confetti party, what my birthday cake.
Okay, everybody wish...
I'm new to the class, roll DD.
Everybody wish Lita happy birthday. Yes, Kramer, I don't see you on the class list, but I'll go ahead and add you. Okay, Kramer? Alright, Lita's here. So, Mrs. J, or Big Block? No Mrs. J, no Big Block? Is that right?
Thank you, Nessa.
Okay.
Mrs. J, the mommy. Happy birthday, Lisa.
Okay, Mrs. J is here. Welcome, Mrs. J. I hope you had a wonderful. I hope everybody had a good day off yesterday. We didn't have any class yesterday. It's still summertime, believe it or not. Summer lasts until there's a week left in summer. There's exactly a week left in
Thank you,
summer.
Mrs. J.
And there's 9 days until my birthday too. So today's Lita's birthday. Are you a Libra, Lita? Because I'm a Libra, but I know I'm on the cusp. So.
Perhaps not add me to the class list, please, Mr. G.
Okay, but continue.
Happy B-Day. Letters.
Continuing with roll. Cody. I know Cody was disappointed class was canceled yesterday. Cody, are you here today? No, Cody. Okay, so don't complain, Cody, if you're not going to show up on time. All right, Bella Smiles. I know it's a long shot. She hasn't been to class in a while.
Nice to have. Mr. G's birthday is coming up.
Yes, that's right. My birthday is in 9 days.
24 days till mine.
24 days till
Happy birthday, Lita.
Everybody's born in September.
Happy
Huh?
birthday.
Yeah, we have a really nice community here. Everybody, happy birthday, Lita. At the end of the class, maybe I'm gonna cook you dinner if you'd like, Lita. We'll cook a healthy dinner. We'll have a home ec food economics course after we're done with a little politics, and then we'll cook up some nice healthy Brussels sprouts, broccoli, peppers, garlic, onion, and really good stuff like that. Okay, continuing with roll. No Bella Smiles. Shoshan, or Zach Morris, or many of the other names. No Shoshan. Okay, New Jersey SKF. New Jersey SKF. No, it's still pretty late on the East Coast. Pebs. Pebs, are you here today? No Pebster, okay. Mindy Jewel. I know me and Mindy had a bit of a spat, but she's still on the roll. She's always welcome to come back. Her and JT. No, so no Mindy Jewel. Okay. I assume no JT as well. Okay, is Jimmy or Jimmy54 here? Oh, you have to go to your sister's? Oh, hey, Pepster. Aloha. Thanks for coming. Pepster's in the house. So Lita, today's Lita's birthday, but it sounds like she might have prior obligations at her sister's. Thank you so much for showing up to class, Lita. We were so happy that GX class was able to wish you all happy birthday. And before Lita goes, I'm going to put a pause and roll. If everybody could just join hands. And we're going to take a quick happy birthday. So everybody hold your neighbor's hand. And we're going to sing a quick happy birthday song. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it on here too. Okay, so you can stay for a little while, alright? So before you go... Okay, everybody? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Lita. Happy birthday to you. Good luck for Lisa all year. And happiness too. Yeah, I didn't know that there's a second verse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy one to you. Happy good luck to Lisa and everybody. And everybody that has a birthday this month and everybody that has a birthday this year, whether you're down with GX or whether you're not, we wish you a happy birthday and good luck to everybody, because there's too many bad things in the world. So the G and the GX, that stands for good and grateful and God and those very good, great things. So we wish Lita especially a happy birthday. and the best year that she's ever had. And we wish everybody that has a birthday this month a great year, and everybody that has a birthday this year a great year. So let's just say a quick prayer while we're doing this. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Dear Lord, please bless Lita this year. Make it a very pleasant and productive and safe year for her. Lita and the majority of the viewers are on the mainland of the United States, and the mainland of the United States is a very dangerous place to be. Other countries won't even let Americans go there anymore because Americans are known to be so dangerous and there's guns everywhere. So protect everybody in the GX universe and the GX world, and everybody watching the streams, all the viewers, even the bad viewers, protect them. If somebody's touched by this stream, if they see this stream, if they're passing the stream, make sure that good things happen to them. And make sure good things happen to Lita. And watch over her and protect her and make sure nothing bad happens to her or any of the positive people in this viewership, in this group, in our community. So please bless Mrs. J, please bless Nessa and her new boyfriend and her cats, especially Cheeto. And please bless Jimmy and Jimmy54. And please bless Jimmy's cartoon that he's working on, the GX cartoon, the Mr.G cartoon. Is going to be a great cartoon. And I'm very grateful for a friend like Jimmy. And thank you for Jimmy54. And thank you for the real viewers like Detroit, Michigan, and Muzza and Wyatt and everybody else. And we're going to continue the roll. We're going to continue the class. But make sure Lita has a great birthday, and watch over her and protect her. Thank you for everything you've given us. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. My God, we are sorry for our sins with all our heart, and choosing to do wrong and failing to do good. We have sinned against you, and should love you for all things, and firmly intend with your help to do penance, to sin no more, to avoid ever lead to sin. Our Savior, Jesus Christ, who suffered and died for us. Amen. In the name of the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit. Okay, thanks everybody. So, back to roll. Susie Rotten Crotch. Sorry, I got a little emotional. Susie, are you here today? No Susie. That's 3 absences straight, Susie. Somebody needs to contact your mommy.
Big Jim's wifey, 3 doses.
Hey, Big Jim's wifey, you're actually on the roll. I guarantee you. Big Jim's wifey, you're on the roll. Big Jim's wifey. We're just about to get to you. Muzza, are you here? Muzza. No Muzza? Okay. Tatted Up Man. I don't know how he got on here. Tatted Up Man, are you here? Tatted Up Man. You're welcome to come to class whenever you like. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan. Detroit used to be the 3rd biggest city in the United States in 1960. Can you believe that? That's only 60 years ago. 60 years ago, Detroit was the 3rd or 4th biggest city. Okay. No Detroit. Lieutenant Monkey. Lieutenant Monkey. No Lieutenant. Maze Jordan. We got Maze in the house.
Big Jim's wifey. Oh, it's a rose.
Big Jim's wifey. Next on the roll is present. So Big Jim's wifey, you get a big check next to your mate. You guys, you get extra credit just for showing up. Just for showing up. You know, and you can't make a class easier than that, right? And this is something you can put on your resumes, you know, when you're applying for a job or you want to go to graduate school, you can say you taught. You were specifically in a class taught by Mr.G. So, I mean, that's nothing to poop up the scoop about, you know. Okay, next in line, Wyatt. Wyatt. Nope, no Wyatt. Okay, Break the Cycle. I haven't seen that name in a while. Break the Cycle. No, Break the Cycle. Clout Gangster. Do we have a Clout Gangster? Nope. Okay. I think Nessa's happy about that one. Chris Jackson. Chris Jackson? Nope. Okay. A lot of people missing today. I know it's Coronaville, and everybody's, having their riots and everything. But I mean, come on, guys, this is school.
Big Jim's wife is here.
Yes,
Galaxy Wave PG, you look like a white woodpecker.
yes, Kramer, I'm aware of that.
Meet you out, no dogs is today, interrupt class. Dear London, Mr.G shall teach in his underwear. Galaxy Wave PG, big one nose looks like the Eiffel Tower. 3 elements, thumbs up donates to Mr.G with text to speech. Thumbs up page https://3elements.com/no/. Galaxy Wave PG, how many children do you have in your basement?
Watch it. Let me grab a light too.
Mess around the school runner, oh hell no. Meet you out, Mr.G is him now. You are viewer, and over rock will be happy him skin so. Dear London, features is absent.
Hey, sorry about that, class. Alright, so you saw what it looks like before now. Now it'll plug in a nice light. Orangey says hi. Yes. He's like, oh, I want it. Alright, so there we go. We're right on. Dave London's in the house. Welcome. Alright. Continuing with the roll. Cletus Von Dam. Do we have a Cletus Von Dam here today? No Cletus? Tech 1. Tech 1.
Galaxy Wave PG, the student is obviously like the list.
Quit disturbing the class. No Tech 1.
Messer is pretty.
Kramer. Kramer is here.
Messer underscore Rambo, be stupid for me.
Dave London. Dave London is here. Dabzilla. Is Dab here? No Dab? Okay.
Galaxy Wave PG, Messer looks like a Andy Warhol painting.
Aquarius. We'll wait for Aquarius. Mr. Nicotino. Mr. Nicotino. Oh, Tech 1. Pleasure for you to join us. Dope Boy Magic. Dope Boy Magic. Is Dope Boy Magic in the house? I thought I heard him earlier.
Galaxy Wave PG, Taco Monkey.
Dope Boy
Magic.
Dope Boy Magic is here. Cat Avalanche. Is Cat here? She's missed from school.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
I might have to go check up on her. Cat, that sounded wrong. Cat Avalanche. She's like 30, right? Super Roofer. Super Roofer to us. I thought I heard you walk in, Super Roofer. Okay, flowers in her hair? Flowers in her hair. Hmm? Brogan Love It. I broken love it, man. No broken love it. Easy Funshine. Easy Funshine? No. Alright, Anamanamuna? No. And Death Valley Debbie. Nope, no Death Valley. Okay, if I didn't call your name, see me after class, and I'll make sure to put you on the official roll. Okay? Roofer's here. I didn't mark him out, so like I said, I heard him come in. Like I said, if I didn't call your name, make sure to see me after class or send me a DM, and I'll make sure to get you on the official roll so you can, receive credit for the course, because there's no point in coming to class if you're not going to receive credit. Okay? Okay, class. Okay, Matt, sounds good. Okay, class, so today, like I said, we want to wish Lita a happy birthday. And we're going to have a brief lecture today on U.S. elections 96 to 2016. And then we'll go and we'll cook some food, maybe bake a cake, I don't know. I'm pretty tired. But we'll at least cook up something, because I know Lita does like to see cooking streams, and she's a great member of this community. So yeah, I really want to do something nice for her. So unless anybody has any objections, we're gonna have a short lecture, and then we will start. We'll cook some delicious, nutritious food. Okay.
Big Mumbo is absolutely responsible for fires. Those who suffer, they watch with bad handwriting.
So there will be no comments about Mr. G's handwriting. Doctors, the worse a person's handwriting is, the smarter they are, okay? That's generally always the case.
Meet you out, do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow? Okay.
Nightwatch, send packages of nice things to Mr. G to PO. Box 37,305 Honolulu, Hawaii, 96837.
Well, Keanu's fixing to freak out if Leslie give him something, so you guys can. First thing we'll do is we'll talk about the election of 1996.
Meet you out, you need to write TV.
And
James Haynes, and meet at the roster, please, Mr. G.
I don't normally do this during class, but the election of 1996.
Meet you out, no, don't tattoo.
Okay, well, I do need to eat, like you said. Hold on one second. Hold on, I got you.
I was born 96.
You were born in 96? Cool. I'm glad you made it over here. And I don't want to hear any pipes from you, okay, Keanu? I give you all the food you want in the world, all the treats in the world. And all I ask is that you let me sleep.
Thumbs up donates to Mr. G to Texas Beach.
Okay,
Thumbs up
Keanu, you
page
being quiet.
TTS/streamelements.com/live/.
I'm gonna cry all day, okay? Do you hear me? Yeah. Moses, come on in here so you can tell. Gonzo. I just cleaned. I clean in here. This is my classroom and also my kitty's room too. Okay. Okay, we got roll taken care of. The first election that we're going to talk about is the election of 1996, the year Nessa was born. And I don't know if Super Roofer is still here, but yes, Clinton was up for was re-election, so it was Clinton versus Gore. But there was also a third. There was also a third party in the race. Who knows who that was? Ross Perot. So the election of 1996, it was Clinton versus Gore versus Ross Perot. Ross Perot was the third party candidate, and he had run in 1992 as well, and he did a lot better in 92 than he did in 96. In 96, he wasn't even allowed to attend the debates. So, the outcome of this election was Clinton wins big. Now,
2,112, this is a big nomination. Yes, sir, I'm still runner. I feel like I'm in my 30s.
Now, one particular thing that you could say about the election of 1996 was it was young, lowercase y, versus old. So the young candidate, believe it or not, was Bill Clinton.
Mrs.G, the mum in 30s is a new 20, so smiling face.
Bill Clinton was the young candidate, and the old candidate was Bob Dole. Old Bob Dole. So there could have been more of a distinction between the two candidates, of Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. So, most of you are too young to remember, but MTV was really popular at the time in 1996. Everybody would watch MTV all day and listen to all the music videos and stuff. And they had MTV News. Clinton plus MTV, they came up with the Rock the Vote campaign. Monica Lewinsky didn't happen until 1998. This is 1996. The election of 96. Okay, so Bob Dole was the oldest candidate ever to run for president. He was like 70-something years old when he became candidate. And when Bill Clinton eventually won the election of 1996, he was the youngest candidate ever sworn into office. Look, he's still around now, and this was over 25 years ago. You know? So Bill Clinton was the youngest candidate ever after he won, and Bob Dole was the oldest candidate ever to run for president. So it was a young versus old. And Clinton, he teamed up with MTV, and they had to rock the vote. So MTV News, there used to be this thing called MTV News. MTV would play a block of videos. They would play like 5, 10 interesting videos, and then they would play MTV News. Like, I'm Tabitha Sawyer. Hi, I'm Kurt Loder. This is MTV News. And then they would play like, oh, Tupac just got shot, or Green Day sucks, or whatever, you know. And then one thing during this time in 1996, this time of year, fall of 96, during that election cycle, every news break was choo-choo-choo.
Sorry folks, what did you get extra card?
And since, you know, the media is more biased now, but they were biased then, of course. And the MTV generation, who do you think would they have preferred in their office? Bob Dole or Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was the young candidate at the time. He had admitted to smoking weed. He played the saxophone on Arsenio Hall. You know, Bob Dole was fucking a joke on Saturday Night Live. Bob Dole, Bob Dole. Everybody hated Bob Dole. I knew nothing about politics at that time. In 1996, I was 16 years old. So now, kids, it's story time. I'm going to tell you, you know, every day I like to tell a story. I'm going to turn it to a black and white screen. And then, what the fuck is this on my neck? Okay. And then I tell a story. So every class I tell a story that's relative to what we're talking about. And today's story is going to be the first time that I ever came to Austin, Texas. It was all the way back in 1996. And it goes to show how things change. It really does. Because now I would never go back to Austin, you know? Austin is nothing to me right now. Texas, I would never go back to Texas. Let me shut this door. I would never go back to Texas. Careful there. So let me just change it to black and white so anybody tuning in, they know Oh, let me turn on the live follow. That's what I pay fucking the big bucks for. Alright, so...
Mrs. J, the mummy. Shoshin in the house.
Shoshin is here. I'll mark you present in just a sec, Shoshin. I'm going to change it to black and white. Alright. Okay. Children, kids, adults.
Zennis of Pedders, in DVA.
Shoshin is present. You do get a big check
3
mark.
elements. Thumbs up donates to Mr.G with text to speech. Thumbs up page TTS colon//3elements.com/live/tip.
Okay, class, back to the story.
Hey, Mrs. J. Nessa underscore Unknown, finally Shoshin. Mrs. J, the mummy. Hey, Shoshin, good to see ya.
Okay, alright, so the year is 1996, and I am 16 years old. I'm working for a...
Zennis of Pedders can't say for long helping someone move stuff. Mrs. J, the mummy. PS5 pre-order supposedly went live an hour ago.
Who?
Zennis of Pedders, lol y'all.
So, the year is 1996, and I'm 16 years old. I had dropped out of school by that time, and I was working as a door-to-door newspaper salesman in San Antonio, Texas. I sold newspaper subscriptions door-to-door, and I was the top salesman in San Antonio. Hey, Pete, you want to join us? And I was the top salesman in San Antonio. Right, oops. It's okay. And I worked for this guy named John Ronallis, right? Oops. I worked for this guy named John Ronallis. And John was an alcoholic. He would drink alcohol every single day. And he got like 5 DWIs or some crazy thing like that. And he wanted to have one last hurrah. And he took me and my twin brother Michael up to Austin, Texas. Like I said, we had lived in San Antonio, Texas, right? And Austin was like the cool place to hang out, where everybody went and everything like that. So he was like, yeah, let's have let's take the weekend off. The 3 of us will go up to Austin. We'll go to a nice restaurant right on Lake Travis, and we'll go and we'll have some fun. And I'll have one last hurrah before I have to stop drinking, because they were going to give him like Anmuse or something, so like, which basically was going to force him to stop drinking because he had like so many TWIs and everything like that. You know, a Q-tip would work great on her. Anyways, you are just so special, you know.
Mrs. J, the mummy. Hot peach.
So she's got one of those chiggers on her neck. I gotta get it out. He's a poo-poo. Alright, so anyways, so John Ronallis, it's 1996, the summer of 96. And I'm the top salesman in the crew. I sell more than anybody else, and so John actually takes us to bars to go drinking and shit. Even though we're like 15, 16 years old, he takes us drinking, and he's like, these are my kids, you know? And he lets us, teaches us how to sport gamble, and he takes us to this bars to bet with bookies and stuff, because the internet's at its infancy stages back then. It's okay, Peaches, I'll get it, hold on. It's at its infancy stages back then. And so me and Michael are real close. So Michael's like the fun person of the crew. He's not the top salesman, but he's like the class clown, and like, so he gets to come too, you know, because he's also my twin brother. So the 3 of us make the hour drive to Austin, Texas. Oops, to Lake Travis. I'm trying to get that sugar off her neck. You're just so sweet, you know? Yeah. Anyways, so I go up to I go up to we drive up an hour north to Austin, and we go to this nice restaurant. What was it called? It was on Lake Travis. It started with an E. Evergreen? No.
How was her T-15?
I've told this story a bunch. I haven't told it in a long time, I guess. But I guess the last time I told it was in Texas. And then so when I mentioned the restaurant, everybody's like, oh, the so-and-so. Right there on the ocean, you know? Anyways, this nice restaurant, one of the nicest restaurants I've ever been to. I was thinking about this yesterday. And I remember I ordered a hamburger, and the burger was delicious, don't get me wrong. But I had like such little...
How old were you again?
I was 16. It was 1996. So, I had very little experience going to restaurants because our parents never took me and Michael out to a restaurant, right? And so this guy, our boss for the newspaper job, you know, he drove us all the way to Austin. We had never been to Austin before either. And looking back, it's like weird because we went to Austin. From San Antonio, it seemed just like the best place and like where I would want to live forever. And all I had to do was get to Austin and everything would be better. Like, because the grass is always greener on the other side, you know? So, but this was the very first time we went to Austin. So John and Arnellis, he was our boss, to anybody just joining the story. John Arnellis was our boss for selling newspaper subscriptions. He had a crew that he would pick up at their house in his dirty old van, and then they would go to a neighborhood in South Texas, and he would drop them off. Like each kid gets a couple streets, and they would go door to door, knocking on doors, selling newspaper subscriptions. 2 months for $8.75. The normal price was $8.75 a month. So you buy 1 month, you get the second month free. That's what the pitch was. I still remember the exact pitch that I invented that sold like crazy. I came up with the best idea, and I'll say that real quick since it's a relative. Hold on, let me get Keanu's interrupting. Stop it! Quit being so loud. So I won't say the exact. I won't say the exact pitch. Fine, I'll say the exact pitch. Right. So because you'll be like, oh, that's the only reason you sold. No, I sold mad newspaper subscriptions. I was the top salesperson. I was just sitting around selling newspapers, and I didn't do any bragging. Right. Now I'm doing some bragging. I was the top salesman in all of San Antonio. The San Antonio Express News. The San Antonio Express News. It's the largest circulated newspaper in South Texas. Chat. Press 1 if you've heard of the city San Antonio. You've heard of San Antonio, right? It's a big city. It's one of the biggest in the United States. I sold more newspaper subscriptions in that city and South Texas than any other person. I broke all the sales records. Most sales in a day, most sales in a week, highest paycheck, etc. Alright? Now, I don't know why I said all that. What was I even talking about? The fucking story. God damn it. What are we talking about today? The fuck? Oh yeah, 96, yeah. So, John Ornelas is our boss, and of course he likes me because he gets money off of each sale that I make. He makes money off of each sale that I make, right? So, that's one reason why John is like our father figure, and you know, most of the kids in the crew, the newspaper crew, come from broken homes. You know, most of us, you know, why? Of course, you know, all of us were out of school, dropouts, ragtag, delinquents, you know, and etc. So having this guy, like, you know, be like a father figure, like give us money when we needed it. He bailed me out of jail, you know. But anyways, the next year in '97, he bailed me out of adult jail. But in '96, right, he wants to quit drinking, so he takes me and Michael up to Austin, Texas. Fuck, what was the name of that restaurant? It'll come to me eventually. I almost thought of it. It was on the tip of my tongue just a second ago. The Evergreen? I don't know. But anyways, so he picks us up and we go to this nice restaurant. And I remember, like, I had such little experience going to restaurants that I did something stupid or something, but I had blocked it out of my memory. Like, I tried to remember it last night. But I remember John, like, scolding me, like, how dumb are you? Have you ever been to a restaurant, you know? But other than that, he was generally a really nice guy, right? So, and I remember I ordered a hamburger. And so we acted like it was his birthday, you know, and like because he was like finally gonna quit drinking and stuff. And so we had this meal, and the reason this is relevant towards the election of '96 is because I think he ordered us beers, even though we were just 16.
Kramer, wait, when were you born again? And where?
I was born in.
So how did you get from living in Texas to living in Tokyo, Japan?
I was born in September 24th, 1979, and this was when I was 16. So this was right before the election in '96. It was the summer. And so John would say he's our father and let us drink in bars and restaurants. So he ordered us some beers, and I drank a couple beers and got a little drunk. And then he was like, and then I started talking about acting like I know politics. Like I was like, we better watch out. Bob Dole's gonna come in and he's gonna make things this and that. And I remember John Ornalis like looked at me like, you don't know shit, kid. Like you've barely been alive for a few elections. And looking back now, I'm like, I look back at the elections that I voted in and elections that I watched on TV and this and that. And at that point in 1996, I only remembered 2 elections, 92 and 88. I don't remember any elections before that. Now, at this point in my life, when I'm going to be 41 in a week, I remember 20 elections, you know? So it's like, you know, you gain more knowledge as you get older. Like, and the reason John Ornalis, when I was 16, I tried to...
Remember, you gave Crush that speech and stole some food.
When I was 16 and I tried to talk about politics, John Ornalis, the 40-something-year-old man, put me on my place like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. You've barely even been alive for any elections. And I thought he was a jerk. I'm like, what? How does he know? Just because I'm young, you know? But then I look back now and I think like I remember like 20 different elections. And like that's equivalent to me like being alive in like 2008 and not remembering, or 2012 even, and which is nothing. You know, that was yesterday, 2012. But the 2012 election, the 2016 election, and then there's the 2020 election. So it would be equivalent to me not remembering any election before 2012, which is malarkey, to use a term from old Biden. But yeah, so anyways, that was the point of the story, is me as 16-year-old trying to talk smack about politics when I knew nothing because I hadn't been alive long enough. But I can tell you a little more interesting part of the story. After we had dinner and got pretty drunk, somebody told John that Crosby, Stills, and Nash were playing, the Byrds, basically, from the legendary 60s rock band, which I like a lot now. But at the time, I didn't know who the hell they were. And John was like, oh, they're like sold out. And so John's like, let's sneak in. Come on, dude, we'll just say we're with the band.
We didn't predict we'll win the presidency.
And then he's like, I predict Trump will win in a landslide. That's what I think. But anyways, so John is like, let's sneak into the concert, you know, to Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and Young. And then so we're like, okay. And then so we go through like this wooded area where their tour buses are and stuff. And then we get stopped by security, and John's like, we're with the band, dude. And then security's like, oh, okay. Because, you know, it's just like a man and 2 kids, you know? So we're not that suspicious. He's like, all right. And then so we're like just backstage, like with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, just like jamming out. And then they realized we didn't have our VIP badges. And then so we're like, oh, we lost them, you know? And then they're like, oh, whatever.
Trump, 2021.
And then they were like, go sit in the front there. And then so we had like first row seats. And then John started dancing with this old lady. But then John lost his wallet. And it was the biggest drunkenest thing. We were just driving around looking for his wallet until like 3 or 4 a.m. I still remember that night. It was hell. Dude, I can't believe that was my first time in Austin. But anyways, we finally got his wallet and made it back to San Antonio at like 6 in the morning. And that was my very first time in Austin. Okay, hold on. Alright, let me fix the... I'm going to try to do high contrast with the light there. It's probably better. Alright, so that was today's story. I hope you enjoyed it. It was about my first time in Austin. You know what I forgot to do? Fuck. I forgot to turn on the donations. So do we have any comments or questions about my story?
Good job.
When did you start that process?
Yeah, I tell one story every day. Every class, that is. Lita, are you still here or did you go off with your sister? Excuse me. Come on, you guys aren't in shock. The story wasn't that shocking. It was just a little slice of life. What you think?
Tech 1, what was the sales pitch?
Okay, the sales pitch was Lita tipped. No, that was 10. That was 2 days ago. Oh, the sales. Let me see if it works though.
Lita L Super chatted $10.
The sales pitch was the Sunday paper at the store cost $1.50, right? I'll write it. I'll explain it on the board. Okay. So, well, one reason why I was able to sell a lot of newspaper subscriptions is because people trusted me, which is understandable. I'm a very trustworthy person.
Super underscore Rupert, I sold joints in high school, not newspapers.
But one way that my newspaper, that's a good one, Subaru. But one way that my newspaper subscriptions really shot up was most people I understood only read one day of the week, Sunday paper. Now, the Sunday paper, it's the most popular paper, but it's also the most expensive. The daily paper would only cost about 50 cents, or 35 cents per copy at that time.
James Hayes, give me some visual.
So, but the Sunday paper, that cost $1.75. So the Sunday was $1.75, and every other day was 35 cents. Or 50 cents, let's just say 50 cents. $0.50. Okay. Fuck me. Okay, so $1.75 and 50 cents. Now, to get it delivered monthly was only $8.75 a month, every day. It was $8.75 for 4 weeks. Okay. So that was the subscription price.
Super underscore Rupert, Mr.G need an easel.
That's what it would normally cost, $8.75 for 4 weeks, right? And then the deal was when you went door to door, you're like, hey, if you sign up for 1 month, an easel, you think would that work? Where's my pointer? So when you sign up for 1 month, it's $8.75 for 4 weeks. So that's $2.25, a little over $2 per week, right? But with the deal, you get 8 weeks for $8.75, right? Or even if it was $9.75, which I think they upped it to. You're right. I will get a newspaper. So it was $9.75 for 8 weeks because you got 4 weeks free. So we'll give you some math in their head. What's $9.75 divided by 8? Huh? Hey Google, what's $9.75 divided by 8? Hey Google, what's $9.75 divided by 8? So, if you get it delivered, yes, 1.2, so about $1.20. So even back when the Sunday paper was $1.50, it's still cheaper to get it delivered. Because getting it delivered at $9.75 for 8 weeks is only $1.20, as Super Roofer said, is only $1.20 per week. So it's cheaper to get it delivered than it is to buy one freaking Sunday paper. And the biggest excuse that people have at the door is I only read the Sunday. So what I came up with was my pitch. I would try to say it before they would even object. Because I are going in there knowing that everybody only reads the Sunday paper. So I'd go to the door, I'd knock, knock. Hi, how are you? Good. My name is Greg. I'm with the Express News. For some reason, if you say it enough time, it just sounds like that. Express News? Okay, that's not funny to them. They don't get that joke. Alright, anyways. Hi, how are you? Good. My name's Greg. I'm with the Express News. I'm trying to earn a savings bond for college right now, and you can really help me out by signing up for the newspaper. We're having a special right now. All you do is sign up for the Sunday paper,
James Hayes, what's bargain?
and then you would keep them involved in the pitch. So I would say, all you do is sign up for the Sunday paper, you read the Sunday paper right, and then you get them to say yes, and that's all you get them to say. If they try to say something else, smack them. No. If they try to say something else, you move on. But it's like, so right now we're having a special. Right now all you do is buy the Sunday paper. You read the Sunday paper, right? Yes. Okay, well all you do is buy the Sunday paper for $1.20 per week. They sell it for $1.50 at the store. And we'll give you the whole week, the rest of the week for free. And then they'd be like, really? Well, I don't read the rest of the week. And I was like, well, it's okay, because even if you throw it away, you're still saving money. Because you know how much the Sunday paper costs at the store, right? And then you give them a question that forces them to participate in your pitch. It forces them to interact in the conversation. Because they want to answer. They know how much the Sunday paper costs. It costs $1.50 because they buy it.
804. I would have said no thanks and shut the door by now.
Because they buy the Sunday paper every week, or at least they think they buy it every week. They probably buy it every other week or every once in a month.
James Hayes started the deal.
But they think they buy it every week for $1.50 a week. And the thing is, what that does in any type of sales is it keeps the person involved. You want them active, even when you're live streaming here. You know, I'd rather have the chat talking smack than having no chat at all, right? You want to keep things moving. And that's what it's like in a sales.
I ate a apple an hour ago. It's kicking in. Got a nice set of wandering how count the hours.
You want to just keep the ball rolling. Whereas something that sucks in sales is if you go to the door, you knock on the door, knock, knock. They knock on the door. You say your whole pitch, and then at the very end, they're polite enough to let you talk. But then at the very end, they say, not interested, and shut the door. That's the worst feeling. Because it's like, why didn't you just tell me that to begin with? And why did you waste my time doing that 5-10 minute pitch? You know, couldn't you have just, told me that ahead of time? So that's why you keep the interaction going, the back and forth. So it's like, you read the Sunday paper, right? Yeah. How much does the Sunday paper cost in the store? Let them answer. $1.50. Okay.
Remind me what happened in 1996 again.
So guarantee you.
Sorry for interrupting class.
It's okay, Nessa. But guarantee you, every time I would ask them, how much does the Sunday paper cost at the store? If they said $1.50.
$38,804. It doesn't help Super Roofer. We have one at my mom's house.
If they said $1.50, 99% of the time I'd get the sale. Because they couldn't really argue with it. Because I got them to admit that they buy the Sunday paper at the store, right? And I got them to admit that they pay $1.50 for it, right? Well, my deal only cost $1.20. And it comes with a whole week. So even if they use the rest of the days for toilet paper, they're still saving money. And so I use this pitch all through South Texas. This buy the Sunday, get the rest of the week free for $1.20 a week. And then I broke all the sales records, and everybody started using the exact same pitch. A lot of them had success, not like the success that I had, but a lot of them did have success with this exact pitch. So, back to politics.
If you are one Sunday paper had a coupon.
And the TV guide. Sorry about that, guys. And cats. All right, where were we? Class? Everybody like the stream, please. Hey, Anu Muna Mamu. I called you on roll. All right. Okay, the next up. Go over one more election today. The election of 2000. Who can tell me something about the election of 2000? Anyone? Well, election of 2000 was Gore versus Bush. And guess who won?
28,804 Flint. 28,804 Florida.
Right, Cody. Florida is the key state.
3 elements. Thumbs up donates to Mr.G with text to speech. Thumbs up page https://3elements.com/mobileye/tip.
Bush versus
Mr.J, the mummy. It was my first election. Lol. Nesser_Ono did pronounce your name like Onama.
in the year 2000. Bush versus Gore. It came down to a few hundred votes in the great state
Well, only when we were in Hawaiian.
of Florida.
Mrs. J, the mummy. I'm in chat.
That's right, tiny Chads. They had to recount. Then they had to recount again.
Nesser_Ono. It's awesome.
Then they had to recount once more. So they did a lot of freaking recounting. And it came down to just a few hundred votes. Never in American history has an election been so close. So a lot of people are comparing this year's election to what happened in 2000. Except things are more civil in 2000. People were biting each other's heads off. They weren't killing each other in the street. They weren't fucking burning their residence down. Anyways. It was a different world. It was 20 years ago. One funny thing at the time was CNN claimed Al Gore to be the winner. But Fox News,
38,804. George Bush doesn't care about black people.
they claimed George Bush to be the winner.
Past elections.
And everybody was fighting everybody. Nobody could come up with a winner. Finally, Gore seceded. But also, it came down to Florida. And George Bush's brother was governor of Florida at the time. So this election coming up, Trump versus Biden, it could come down to Minnesota. It could come down to Wisconsin.
38,804. CNN was fake news even in 2000.
So, Minnesota has a Democratic governor. Wisconsin has a Democratic governor. If it comes down to one of those two states, and we have the same thing that we had in Florida, where there's the hanging chads, there's extremely close election, then the winner by default will be the Democratic candidate. What's his name? Old Sleepy Joe. So you have something really similar here. But look, guys, I've talked to some of the experts, and this is basically what's going to happen. Okay, for mail-in ballots, just like every blue state has mail-in voting that's been like that for 20 years.
Y2K Windows Millennium Edition.
Or for at least 16 years, right? So if you live in California, you have mail-in voting. Oregon, mail-in voting. Washington, mail-in voting. So blue states have had mail-in voting, and the majority of the people that do the mail-in voting vote Democratic. The majority of the people that do in-person voting vote Republican. So, just like this year in 2020, the majority of the people that vote in person on voting day in November will be Trump voters. And the majority of people that do the mail-in ballots will be Biden voters. Some states have laws in the books where they're not able to count the mail-in ballots until the in-person votes have been counted. So Trump is going to win the in-person votes by far. And they'll know about those on voting nights. Biden is going to win all the mail-in ballots by far. Mail-in winner. I have some more teaching accessories coming, so it's going to be easier to use chalk on the chalkboard really soon. They'll be here this weekend. But until then, we got this, okay? Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to yell here. Alright, so Trump is going to win the in-person voting. Biden is going to win the mail-in voting. We're going to know about Trump and his in-person voting on election night. We're not going to have the results from the mail-in ballots until 2 weeks after election night. That's why Hillary Clinton is saying don't concede no matter what. Because we're not going to know the results from the mail-in ballots for 2 weeks. And if history repeats itself, which it usually does, Biden's going to win the mail-in ballots immensely. So on election night, it's going to appear that Trump will have a landslide victory. However, Biden is not going to concede. Biden is going to play it out for weeks, months maybe, until the mail-in ballots come in, which show that Biden is actually the true winner. So that's what we're looking at. That's what me and Rush Limbaugh both agree on.
Wireless entertainment. DIVNT Trump removed mail-in voting for his own game or could people still mail-in vote?
And the worst thing about it is while this is all going on, America's great cities and small businesses are literally going to burn to the ground because it's going to appear on election night that Trump won big. And if Trump wins big, riots guaranteed. Right? The fact of the matter is, Trump may appear to have won on election night, but Biden might truly indeed be the winner. By that time, no telling if Biden's even going to be around. No telling if Trump is even going to be around. I'm sorry, guys. I have some inside knowledge.
3804. Rush Limbaugh is addicted to Oxycontin.
Everybody's got their issues, Cody. I have some knowledge about Trump and Biden. Let's just say, I can't say too much, but let's just say the landscape is going to look much different. Look, all right. Look where were you 1 year from now? 1 year ago, where were you? A lot's changed in a year.
3804.
Has it
Also, Rush
not?
Limbaugh was born with a tail for real.
A lot has changed in 1 year. Let's just say 1 year from now, we're not going to be talking about Biden or Trump being president. It's going to be a third person. It's Mike Pence or President Pence or President Harris is what we're going to be used to. This Trump-Biden thing, they're going to the end, and they're both on their last legs. I mean, there's no other way. You don't have to be an expert on nonverbal communication to see that. Anyways, I really need some water. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson today. And let's go ahead and I'm debating if we should do some cooking or not. What do you think, Peter? Are you still here? We're going to take a little vote. Not on cooking, Trump or Biden. All right. We're gonna take a vote.
Wyatt Entertainment. Thumbs up. Trust that Trump has a good few years.
Hey, Wyatt, welcome. Just in time for the vote. We got Trump. And we got Biden. Okay. Everybody, you can vote once or twice. Put a B
Wyatt
or a
Entertainment. I can see
T.
Trump dying in a 4-year term.
Starting now. All votes are final and legitimate. Trump or Biden? Vote or don't vote? T or B? Trump or Biden? You can write Trump, you can write Biden, you can write T, you can write B, you can write G.
Mr.G. Wyatt, I believe there will be a civil war if Biden wins. 38,804. Trump is very happy from hydroxychloroquine.
We're going to take a little vote here. The viewers that we have.
T.
Okay, London's got T.
38,804. T.
Okay. 2 T's.
Mr.G. T.
3 T's.
Type 1. T.
4 T's.
Wyatt Entertainment. And Mr.G. Yes, that's what I am thinking will happen. Wet dog. T. G. Wyatt Entertainment. B. Rush T.
Okay, we got 1 B. Good. Don't be scared to vote for Biden. Don't always go with the crowd.
String elements. He can send Mr. G or his cats letters and packages. PO Box 37,305 Honolulu, Hawaii, 96837.
Okay, any other votes? I'm going to vote for Biden. Today. I'm undecided, but today I'm voting Biden. Any other votes? Trump or Biden? Right now it's 6-2.
Mrs. J, the mermaid, the silent majority, not so silent. Winking face. 38,804. Just like real life, Trump wins easily against that brain dead phony. Down to the B.
Okay, Tesla. Alright, so It's getting a little closer. Any other votes? Right now it's 6-4. And I think Biden has closed the gap.
Dave London, dementia, no thanks.
No thanks on the dementia.
Nessa underscore Renault, Biden will forever live in 2 dementias.
Wouldn't that be something if they did a debate on Joe Rogan? So Trump, Biden. So in our little community here, Trump is the clear winner. Class, I hope you enjoyed today's lecture. I think we have time to do a little cooking.
3 elements, thumbs up, donate to Mr.G with text to speech.
Beg another one more beat.
TTS://3elements.com/3elements.tip. Words entertainment, liar, dictator, hypocrite, psychopath, no thanks. Mrs. J, the mermaid, 10 more days to debate time. If Biden doesn't back out.
Yeah, I can't see him debating really. I mean, I don't think, earlier today he thought he was in like, it was ridiculous.
Dropbox, send packages and nice things to Mr. G to PO Box 37,305 Honolulu, Hawaii, 96837. Mrs. J, the mermaid, I lied, it's the 29th. 38,804. Trump doesn't support riots and Ukraine interviews with Cardi B. Nessa underscore Renault, H's too sleepy to debate.
Alright, so class, I think we should go ahead and we're gonna go to the movie there, kitchen. Okay, if that's okay with everybody, we can go on a little field trip. I'll leave the classroom. There's a... Look out, Peach. Oh, sorry. Dude, I'm not going there. It's too much. Fuck that.
38,804. If you support Biden, you should watch his part of the interview and question your life. You can argue they're very puppets, I know. I just love someone who can matters during time and crisis and not sound like a group.
Actually, we're gonna do the cooking another time, just like Lita suggested. Yeah, that's the thing. I would vote for Biden if there wasn't riots on the streets, if he was somewhat coherent, if it wasn't a scam. I wanted to vote Democratic, but I don't see myself doing that anymore.
What entertainment? So much for voting.
Yeah,
I would have voted yeah.
Voting is really easy in Hawaii, and I do want to vote for mayor, and I do want to vote for governor. But I'm still.
Trump's much better, but they vote too well.
I'm probably going to vote for Trump, actually. So. Okay, class.
What entertainment? Young has back to the future.
What's that, Wyatt? I'm glad you stand up for your beliefs, Wyatt. It's always a good thing. Alright, so we went over the 96 election, we went over the 2000 election. We didn't go over the 2004 election. We'll just run over that real quick. So the year was 2004, and George W. Bush was in office. He was up against John Kerry.
3 elements, thumbs up, donate to Mr.G with text to speech. Thumbs up, https://3elements.com/3elements.tip. Lesser underscore Renault, for sure. 38,804. I think there's a lot of people who might like Trump who won't look at the situation and still admit he's better than a dimension patients and covering puppets.
So, who knows George W. Bush went to Yale. I just told you. Clinton went to Yale. Or Harvard, actually. Harvard Law. It wasn't Harvard Law. Kerry, Yale. Herbert Walker Bush, Yale. Who was before that? Obama, Harvard. So basically, every candidate for 20 freaking years went to either Yale or Harvard. So you know what Donald Trump did? Donald Trump fucking ended that. Excuse my language. It used to be a requirement. What are the odds? I think it's even more than that. Every candidate for president for almost 30 years had either graduated from Harvard or Yale. You have to go all the way back to Jimmy freaking Carter in 1980. So it's just kind of like, you know, what the heck. So Donald Trump obviously didn't graduate from Harvard or Yale. And I think that's good. You shouldn't make that a requirement. I'm not for nepotism. And there's a lot of Clintons and Bushes that were running for president for 20 years, you know, whether it's George W. Bush or George Herbert Walker Bush or Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton. Yeah, that's nepotism. That's a name. Like, they wouldn't be there if they weren't connected with their families. So. All right, so in 2004 it was Bush versus Kerry. Kerry's running mate was John Edwards. Bush had Dick Cheney. U.S. is at war, the war in Iraq. Bush has a terrible rating, but he still won. He won barely. I actually voted for John Kerry. This was the election that Howard Dean was leading.
28,804 went to Howard University in Baltimore. In London, 14.
Howard Dean was leading the Democratic primary
28,804 as responded.
in 2004. And then for some strange reason, all around strange, Howard Dean, he lets out this howl. He's like, ha! Ha-hee-ha! Or something. And he doesn't, it just sounds awkward, right? Howard Dean is in first place. And all of a sudden he's at like some press event, he's on stage. And all of a sudden he yells out, "Yee-haw!" or something crazy like that. And the press just rolls with it, you know, they roll with it, "Yee-haw!" And they just like jump on it. And they attack him and they play it over and over and they act like he's the biggest fool to have ever walked the face of the earth. And before you know it, Howard Dean drops out of the race because of the media. But it had something else to do than just not that. And so John Kerry ends up winning the nomination in 2004. 2004. That's a 4. Fuck you, class. You can tell your parents I said that too. Anyways, except for Mrs. J. Where's Big Block? You guys haven't donated shit. What kind of students are you? You don't give anything to me to teach you? Huh? Don't you bring an apple or something? Alright, anyways. The year is 2004. Mr. G's in the honors program at Austin Community College. He's doing pretty good for himself. Maybe. Anyways, the year is 2004, and it's Bush versus Kerry. And I have a sister named Carrie. And so whenever I heard Bush Kerry, it made me think of my sister inappropriately. Never mind. So, Bush versus Kerry. that joke was too much. You know, I need the live audience. You know, I need to see the reaction to that joke. That was an incense joke. I don't make many incense jokes, alright?
Large entertainment. I will show you that will just every day.
So, 2004, we got George W. Bush, a good guy but a scumbag, versus John Kerry, a good guy but also a scumbag. And they're like duking it out, you know? They're like, hey, you're a scumbag. No, you're a scumbag. And they're like, no, you fucking ditched Vietnam. And then he's like, no, you ditched Vietnam. Like, no, you're nothing but a rich kid, white boy. And then he's like, no, you're nothing but a rich kid, white boy. And it's like that Spider-Man meme where they're just like pointing at each other like, you're a fucking blah, blah, blah. You know, they're both the same rich white dudes. You know, they've been rich their whole life. Both George W. Bush and John Kerry were both born with a silver spoon up their ass. Their hands appear that they had been soaking in liquid dish soap for centuries to keep them nice and pristine. Mr. G's hands are more like sandpaper. You know, I can put out fires with my fist. You know, give me a hot cola. That's where all the work I've done in life. I got to the point where I was like, fuck work. I'm working smart and not hard, alright? I gotta make 40, 50 bucks a day to survive. That's what I gotta do. And whether I gotta do something online, whether I gotta go down the street and suck some guy's dick, whatever, you know, I'll do it for 40 bucks, okay? Anyways, class, don't mind me. It's been a long day. I don't recommend any of you perform fellatio on strange homeless men. It's just not the way to go about your life. You know, you can contract diseases. You know, herpes of the mouth is quite common. You know, stuff of that nature. So, all right. With that being said, any questions? Anybody? No. All right. Okay, I hope all of you had a really nice lesson today. Like I said, I was going to do a little cooking, but you know, the kitchen is a mess. I might still do some cooking, but I think I think I'd rather, you know, just stare at the wall or something. You know? So, I took yesterday off. So fuck you, I want to act silly, class. I can say whatever the fuck I want. Suck my big teacher dick.
What entertainment? $50 per week.
Woo! Boom! 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 Choo! Choo! Yeah, 50 bucks a day. That's what I need to pay all my bills. I used to make 50 bucks an hour. Not anymore. I think I got asbestos. I got asbestos. Hey, Pebs. I was just kidding around, guys. Mrs. J, Pebs. Sometimes I act a little silly. Don't take me too seriously. I don't even remember what I said, but I know it was something absurd. Alright.
What entertainment? Hello.
No, seriously, class.
Mr.G, hello.
Nessa, you've said some crazy stuff too. So. Come on, guys. You guys know I play around. Whatever I said, I don't even remember.
Mrs. J, the mummy, talk asbestos.
Asbestos. But I don't take it too seriously. I hope you enjoyed today's class.
Cooking time.
I don't think I'm going to do any cooking today, Dave. The kitchen is a mess, and I just don't have that much energy, really, you know.
Perhaps that's what you know. I find it funny. Let's around the school room. I know. If you are, you are. Carrie's rush. Let's around the school room. It was just unexpected, haha.
Oh yeah, Carrie's bush. That joke was uncalled for. I should not have made that joke. God, hope my sister don't see this stream. Anyways, or her husband.
Mr.G Psychic GX. Caps GX. Mr.G Psychic, thumbs up. Mrs. J the Mummy GX.
Thanks, guys. Alright, so I don't necessarily want to take any calls, but I just want to put this on the screen just to see if it works and everything. So you guys, you can call, obviously the phone number's right there. Oh, but I do want to edit it. I don't want it to say FUTV, because that might attract the wrong type of callers.
If you want me up, mahalo, Mr.G Victory Hound Medium Skin Zone.
Hey, mahalo. You know, I was thinking today, like, I was watching a video about, like, I'm not going to say where, but it's on another island. It's, like, has more Hawaiians. I mean, I'm really feel lucky to live in Hawaii. And you see what's going on in the mainland? Like, I don't ever want to go even visit the mainland. And I'm sorry, I don't really want any mainlanders to really come to Hawaii unless they're just going to stay in Waikiki or whatever, really. You know? Like, I don't want them to ruin, like California. It's still the top farming community in the United States. But it used to be a small farming community with low crime. Not anymore. Now California is a freaking ghetto urban jungle. Pardon my French. Les compétents. Voulez-vous coucher parler tous ces secondes? Taisez-vous. Pas coucou la boule. Oh coucou petit poule. Pardon my French. What the hell is that noise? Alright.
Mrs. J the Mummy, number 1 in agriculture.
So now it says EUTV instead of FUTV, which is good. Okay, class. Okay. Tomorrow is Thursday. You know where they get the name Thursday from? It's named after Thor. It used to be called Thor's Day.
Mrs. J the Mummy, I'm a 6-hour stream.
Thor's Day. You missed the 8-hour streams? Yeah, I'm trying to do quantity and not quality, you know? Watching other streamers that they're just going the wrong way, Mrs. J. I have the nice desktop gaming setup, so I'm stupid if I don't like play games during the day for an hour or two every day. You know, I could do that and then still do my teaching stream. But right now, the goal is just to follow the schedule, make sure I make it on time at 3 o'clock every day. I'm going to order an easel, as was suggested. But yeah, tomorrow, Thursday, at 3 o'clock, Thursday, we're going to go ahead, we'll switch off politics. We've been doing politics too much. So we're going to go to Carl Sagan, and we're going to learn about the object that has flown further. The man-made object that has flown further than anywhere else in the galaxy. Voyager. Voyager 1, Voyager 2. And the man who created the Voyager projects the one, the only, Carl Sagan.
You are your Voyager.
Exactly, Voyager. I ordered some nice chalk markers and some things to hold the chalk, because I can't deal with the dust.
Stay London, it's not out of class.
So, tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to learn about Carl Sagan and Voyager. I'll have some more time.
Count up donates to Mr.G with Texas Inc. Count up HTTPS
Media.
/freelance.com/399.com/tip.
But Voyager is a spaceship that's flying throughout the galaxy. And on this spaceship is a record that has some of the world's best music. And there's also a map on how to get to Earth. So if any alien, and the goal is that some alien, the record is made to last 1 billion years. So anytime in the next 1 billion years, if this spaceship that's flying through the cosmos, it's past the solar system, past Pluto,
What happened to Britain?
past the asteroid belt, past everything. As this spaceship is flying through the atmosphere, it has 1 billion lifespan. So anytime in the next 1 billion years, an alien species could find this record. And what's on the record? I believe Jimi Hendrix, the Beatles, Chuck Berry, I know is on the record. We'll explore more of it tomorrow and the wonderful works of Carl Sagan. And I'll make sure to get that easel ordered right after class. So, you guys have been wonderful. Thanks. Make sure to turn in your assignments on the way out. We're going to have a test next week. And I appreciate all you guys for being here. Thanks, everybody. Class starts same time tomorrow. And everybody.